And what happened in the first 12 minutes of the game, and do you feel kind of grateful that it was only 1-0?
Yeah, I mean, Timmy did a great job keeping us in it. They kind of, I think we kind of had to adjust to them. They were playing so tight. Every time we made a pass, they were right on us. They were doing a great job turning pucks over. But, then we kind of regroup and, settle down a bit and started making plays and, having our D-man jump into play. And I think that's what opened up a lot.
When you talk about after you regrouped, was this a perfect example of a game where like doing those little things, like winning the battles that guys have been missing late?
Yeah, and I think we slipped away from it a little bit. Was those little things. Just winning battles. As a winger for myself, just winning them on the boards, and the defenseman winning them down low to making good plays in the neutral zone, and then obviously winning them in the offensive zone, and getting dirty in front of the net again. You look at that first goal. Thornton does a great job on the forecheck, keeping it in there, and I rushed as hard as I could off a change to get into play, and he parked himself in front of the net, went off of him, and he got rewarded for it, and just things like that got us rolling again, and we need to keep those habits up if we want to keep winning.
Just having New Jersey draw penalties, what did you do better as a group to bounce back?
Well, I think by the end of the first period, or last half of the first period, we started to get our legs moving, and that was the difference. I think that's what led to them taking penalties in the second period, because we were moving our feet, and that leads to penalties, drawing penalties, and we were able to continue that throughout the game. We started out a little bit slow, and they had a few shots, they had a few good chances, but they were also letting me see the puck a little bit more than we have in the last few games, and then we got our feet taken over, and overall the team took over for the rest of the game.
The letting you see the puck sounds like attention to detail. Would you agree that's been missing for a while, and that the group is a little bit closer to being on the same page again?
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right step forward, and we need to build off it, and we need to make sure we continue to do the things that gave us success tonight. Because New Jersey's been hot. They've been playing some really good hockey, so getting a win isn't easy against them anymore.
Anytime you're on the end of the game, you have a job to do. You want to do that. You don't want to give them any opportunity to score. Guys did a great job at stepping up and getting over our zone. Rex did a good job bearing it.
I think after the first period, they got 16 shots on goal. Tim had to make 15 saves. What turns it around? The final 40 minutes, you're obviously the better team.
Yeah, we kind of came in and regrouped, and I think it was huge for Thornton to get that goal tied up there in the first. We kind of came in, regrouped, knew what we had to do, and everyone was focused going on the second. And we knew we had to play our game and kind of get back to that. Start playing a little more in their end and kind of battling it out down there, and it worked out for us there.
Do you agree with Tim? He said 2 days of practice had a lot to do with how this game is played.
Yeah, definitely. We had 2 very tough days of practice. Everyone was battling very hard practice, so I think it really gave us a high tempo for tonight's game. And maybe if we didn't do that, we wouldn't have the same energy and the same tempo, but we did, so we were fine tonight.
Key penalty kill there in the third period, and still 2-1. After they scored so quickly on the first power play, what did you do to try to adjust to shut that down in the third?
Well, we knew Lucic likes to wheel around out there and kind of try and find seams, so we were trying to take that away, but we just want to pressure them and make sure that we didn't give them any opportunity to set up. They're very dangerous, they have a lot of skill, and I think at one point they had 5 forwards out there, so we want to make sure we took advantage of that anytime we could, on the rush or in the offensive zone. Pretty much just pressure them, so it was a great job for the boys.
After the Toronto game, it was a bit of a wake-up call, so we knew the effort was going to be there today. We addressed the things we needed to address in practice. But, I think we did a good job of responding today.
What was it after the first 10-12 minutes that you guys just kind of?
I think we just got our feet moving. D started taking the ice that was available and getting the puck in, and then we were able to get in on the forecheck. They're a pretty good team in the neutral zone. You got to figure out a way to get through it, and I think our D did a good job after the first 10 minutes of figuring out a way to get through that neutral zone and help our forwards get in on the puck.
Describe your goal.
Sider did a forecheck. Lucic did a great job being strong on the puck. Cabriolet over to Seidenberg, and I just tried to get in front. Sider did a great job just getting it towards the net, and it went off me and in.
How it feel to be sort of reunited with Marchand out there on that
I think we had one shift together. The first one, I think we were happy to have him in warm-up, and then I think we had 2 shifts with him, and then his seasoning was done. He was off to the races back with Bergie, but obviously it's fun playing with him. He's a pretty good hockey player. But when Rides was with us, a few shifts that we had, I think he did a pretty good job with us too, being strong in the puck down low, and especially the shift in the second period. We had a few chances, and I think we're pretty comfortable with either of those 2 guys.
How important is it to keep this effort going now, obviously down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we want to go into the playoffs on the way up, not on the way down. So we got 10 games left, so we want to start being consistent and getting ready so we can go in on a bit of a roll, I guess.